Welcome back to the channel today, guys. And boy, I got a fun video for you guys. First things first, though. As you can see, I'm not home right now. I am dog sitting yet again. So, if you see the lovable pooch behind me, you'll know why. Now, I wanted to get this video up yesterday, actually, but I didn't have the time. Like, it's really busy being here, guys, but the show must go on, and today, we're going to talk about the Eminence in Shadow. But not the anime. We're going to talk about the light novel of the Eminence in Shadow, baby, because more specifically, Volume 3, which I have right here, and man, let me say, it's really fun. It's a fun-ass volume. Now, I have to preference this video by saying there will be spoilers in this. Volume 3 is literally going to be Season 2 of the anime. The entire volume is all of Season 2. Season 2 is going to cover Volume 3 only. So, if you do not want to be spoiled and you are an anime only, this might not be the video for you. So, I'm giving you that warning right now. But I decided to sit and talk about this because I asked you guys a while ago in a community post if you would want more content like this, of us sitting and discussing series too, not just doing reviews. And I got an overwhelmingly positive to that idea, you guys were. And that made me really happy. So we're going to start with something I know you guys like today, obviously, Eminence in Shadow. Now, like I said, this volume was pretty fun, actually. Before we get into it, I have to tell you guys that at the end of Season 1, there's a little bit of stuff that they don't really explain, which will get explained in Season 2. But so just so you guys understand, the first arc in this, which is probably going to be the Lawless City arc, which I would guess is probably going to be half the season, maybe a little more, but it's going to be most of the season, is heavily, like, Claire is has a very heavy influence in the volume, if that makes sense. And to put a little bit of context, Claire actually won the Bushin Festival. That's the thing. Claire won the Bushin Festival because Sid just absolutely embarrassed Iris. She was done, and then he himself got disqualified. So Claire actually ended up winning. And in the process has fame and notoriety and all the attention she could want now. And because of that, she hears a rumor about people disappearing in the Lawless City. So they go and investigate this, obviously, and she drags Sid along with her. Which, you know how that's going to be. And while they're there, they happen to notice that the moon seems to be getting rather red, you know? The moon has a nice little shade of red. And I like how Sid's one of the only people that actually notices it, too. He's just like, doesn't the moon look kind of red, guys? They're like, no, you're crazy. You're crazy. It's always like that. So she drags him into the Lawless City. And let me explain a little bit about the Lawless City. As the name would suggest, it's lawless. But it's ruled by 3 different people. There are 3 gigantic towers in the city that loom over the entire city. And it's ruled by 3 different people. If I remember right, there's the red tower, there's the white tower, and I can't remember the other tower's color. But there's 3 separate towers ruled by 3 separate people. The city's broken up technically into 3 different factions. For a little bit of context. Now, while they're here, Sid hears the rumor about the Red Tower and how it's controlled by vampires. How vampires are really the secret rulers of this city. Remember that red moon, huh? Well, it turns out while they're there, the vampires are enacting a plan to resurrect the Vampire Queen, a vampire progenitor, which is the leader of them all. And how our boy Sid gets wrapped up in all this. He's overjoyed to be fighting against her. He's like, yo, vampire progenitor? One of the strongest beings ever? Yo, sign me up. Let me go fight her right now. And it's kind of fun. How the whole city gets turned into a war zone basically, and how, what was it? I don't think it was like ghouls. It was ghouls, and how ghouls were roaming the city. So our boy is obviously a Shadows, is going around the city taking people out. And Claire gets swept up in it too as she meets another mysterious woman here who might have more ties than we think to the vampires, and how she gets dragged into it, and how their goal is to defeat the Queen and stop the Red Moon, which is a terrible tragedy that makes vampires... I don't remember if it makes them go insane, but their power is overflowing at that point. They're at their strongest during the Red Moon. So their goal is to resurrect the Queen and destroy the lawless city and every city. Take over the world, essentially. And it's fun. And how a lot of the volume is just them kind of climbing up the tower, fighting people. And how our boy Sid, his goal in the lawless city obviously is to fight the Queen. But this man's just trying to make some money. He's just going around the city like, oh man, this city's like my own personal piggy bank. Because he just keeps pickpocketing people when they try to pickpocket him. It's actually hilarious. So our boy's goal is to make some money. And he doesn't even attack the Queen at first. He goes to, what was it, their money room and just loads up all the money into his suit. It was really fun, actually. And if you guys seen the anime, you know how it goes. Goofiness ensues and all that. And eventually Sid does square off against the vampire progenitor. But one thing I do want to talk about is Claire specifically. And something that happens with her that made me overjoyed when I read it. I was so happy, guys. Aurora is back. Now, how are you asking this, you say? Well, Aurora is apparently in Claire's body now. Like, what? She's apparently... I don't even remember how it happened. She came to her rescue, because Claire was in a tight spot. She was about to die, so Aurora came to her rescue, and now they share the same body. And I haven't read Volume 4 yet, guys. I have not read that yet, so I don't know what happens after that. But I assume Claire's going to be able to use Aurora's power, plus we just get to keep Aurora around, which was one of the biggest things I didn't like about Season 1, was that she just seemed like such a great character, and she kind of just went away, you know? I wanted her to stay, and I was so happy when she came back. And how, man, it's wild. Aurora's back. Claire got a humongous power up, and she's probably going to become a far more relevant character. And it was really fun. You know, I don't want to spoil too much of what happens in the book, because I really say you guys need to read this light novel. It's super fun. But I told you the main things that happened in that first arc. Now, let's move on to the second part of the book, which I think is even funner. Now, you see, one of the denizens of the lawless city, one of the rulers, is named Yukimi. She's the white fox girl that you see on the cover. And, she has a little bit of plan. She has a plan. She wants to work with our boy Sid. And what's the one way to get Sid's attention right now? This man wants some money. So, it's so stupid. They literally do like a money laundering scheme and print fake money together to get filthy stinking rich. And in the process, our boy Sid, not wanting anyone to know he's working with an enemy, has to disguise himself, and we get John frickin' Smith, baby. It's so ridiculous, but I love it. I think, guys, if there's one scene in particular I can't wait to see animated in Season 2, I can't wait to see Alpha, yes, versus John Smith. I don't want to tell you guys the specifics of it yet, but it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I think the anime is gonna actually kill it. But this is just so fun, guys. That arc, it has a lot. You know, that the second half of the books actually has a lot of like business stuff in it. Like I wouldn't really say it's political, but it's definitely like more business focused. We focus on what's their shop called again that they have around everywhere that Shadow Garden's running. I can't remember right now. You guys in the comments will definitely let me know. I know you will. But this arc is really focused on like Alpha and how am I forgetting their names? Beta and Gamma. Alpha and I'm pretty sure Gamma doing their business and how they're kind of having competition with another business. So our boy Sid, like I said, he's printing money to try to get filthy stinking rich. But in the process ends up throwing the entire economy out of whack and almost running Shadow Garden's own business into the ground. And since he's disguised, obviously, it's really hot here, guys, by the way. Sorry about that. It's really hot. But since he's disguised, nobody knows who he is. Alpha and all them, they don't know who he is. Well, technically Alpha figures it out, and no one else does. So they think, oh man, we're under an attack. This is the cult. The cult's coming after us and taking us down. I guess I will tell you guys a bit. And I will say, one thing I really did like about the second half is that it has a pretty big focus on Delta, actually. Delta, here's the thing. The first half of the volume and the season, Claire is going to be a big focus. The second half, I wouldn't say as much, but Delta has a pretty prominent role. And I know y'all love Delta after her couple episodes in season 1. I like Delta a lot. So I was really happy when we flushed her out a little bit and how she plays a key part in this because she's the first one to figure out that John Smith is Sid. So Sid, obviously not wanting to reveal who he is because he's trying to do something, he's trying to be a cool bad guy, has to get rid of her. So he sends her on this long trip where nobody knows, and the rest of the Shadow Garden thinks she's dead. They think John Smith killed her. So they are enraged. They're crying, but they are enraged. So Alpha personally comes and attacks John Smith. And when she does that, she figures out that it's actually Shadow. It's Sid. And she's kind of heartbroken in a way. Like, it's really emotional. Like, and then you have Sid's inner monologue, and you're like, all right, well, emotion gone. But from Alpha's perspective, she's heartbroken. She thinks Shadow betrayed them. So she's going crazy in their fight. She's emotionally filled, and she does really good against Sid, actually. It's going to be a great scene. But just the terror that John Smith is, man. I loved it so much. It was so fun. The whole volume's fun. From the Lawless City to fucking money printing scheme. It's a great volume that you guys need to read. I don't really recommend like light novels and stuff on the channel, but the Eminence in Shadow, guys, come on. It's so good. It's so good. One thing I will say, though, after reading the light novel now, is it really made me appreciate how good the anime is. You know what I mean? The anime for the Eminence in Shadow is actually incredible. They did such an amazing job. Because the light novel is really good, obviously, like I was saying. But it feels goofier in a way, if you get what I mean, you know? Like, we have serious scenes, but then you'll get like an inner monologue from Sid, and it's like, well, it's not serious anymore, but the anime really captures it perfectly. It's goofy as hell when it needs to be, but then during the serious moments, we don't get inner monologues, we don't get anything like that, and we just get pure hype and awesomeness. And I think the anime really captures that. One scene I really want to point out that I thought was just done so much better in the anime was, well, this happened in season 1, so this isn't a spoiler. When, what's her name again? I can't believe I'm running a blank. When Sid's in the sewers and a rose is down there, and he confronts her, and he's playing the piano. It's so good in both versions, but the anime truly like captured the epicness of the scene, and I kind of loved it. But yeah, guys, Volume 3 is just, it's great. It's really great. We get focus on other characters too, which I really like. And even Yukimi, who's basically a gang leader, actually ends up joining Shadow Garden at the end. So add another one to the harem, guys. Add another one to it. But yeah, it was just really fun, guys. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. This is like a trial run. This video is like a trial run. The next one I do of this, I want it to be better. I want it to be edited and all that. But today, as you can see, I'm not home. So I just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys today just about this volume. Like I said, this is a trial run. If you guys really like this, we'll do more of this in the future because I'm trying to catch up to ReZero right now. That's why I haven't read Volume 4 yet. I'm trying to catch up to ReZero, and I would love to death to do a video like this for ReZero if you guys are interested. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you like these kind of videos, because these are fun. It's just me gushing about the Eminence in Shadow, Volume 3 and all that. It's just so good. I can't wait until Season 2, guys. It's going to be so great. They're going to kill it. Shadow versus the Vampire Progenitors, just going to be hype incarnate. Because it's so over the top, even in the book, guys. It's going to look incredible animated. I can't wait. I'm happy. So let me know your hype levels for the Eminence in Shadow Season 2. And if you've read Volume 3, let me know what you thought of it down below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on it, because I'm probably going to read Volume 4 soon. I might do a video on that too if you guys like it. Again, let me know. But yeah, guys, like I said, I just wanted to sit and talk to you guys a little bit today about it. Basically kind of gush. So I hope you liked it. Until next time, guys, I hope you guys do have a great day, week, month, and year. Stay healthy, have a blessed day, and be safe. All right? I'll see you guys next time.